Okay, we are damn live. We are live and it's good. It's really good. Really good. Okay. I'm so excited right now. I'm so excited right now. Okay, let's just all right, want to go. Okay, features to the code. Yeah, features to the code. Loading. Come on, really? Okay, right now. So this is another tutorial on Python right now. Another Python tutorial, and we are so excited right now to actually start this Python tutorial. Go Python. Yep, go Python. Okay, so right now, open Visual Studio Code. Trying to teach you like a tutorial on Python, basis of Python. I already talked about basis of Python. Right now, we're going to go into more detailed explanation, more like complex explanation in a way. I know that more complex and detailed explanation in a way. So let's first of all now in Visual Studio Code, I can go in my Explorer. I have my file, my edit, selection, view, go run, terminal. For you can do the terminal. Terminal is mainly for like inside codes or backend stuffs, or maybe you are doing your web development with React and other APIs and other terminal will be good for you. Help if you need any help on various common issues, you can go to the help section. You can run your programs. You can go here. You can view different like layout and all that your layout and that you can select your selection option and select or move line whatever and that edit you can undo different things right now. So first of all, this is a pattern to you. So you look for new file, and I'm going to name it a Python file right now. A Python file, and I'm going to call it tutorial right now. The Python file, I'm going to call it tutorial right now. So let's consider this. Let's consider this right now. And let's see. So I think it's still loading actually. All right, so it opened Jupyter Notebook for me, and I would be teaching like Jupyter Notebook in a way like that. So just for us to like get familiar with it and to actually make it user friendly and all that. So yeah, make it user friendly and all that. So basically, so let's start by doing this. So what is Python actually? I already talked about Python as an high level language for coding, the syntax in Python, and the data types, the strings, the booleans, the list tuples, and all that. So booleans are used for as true or false variables. So if this is true, do this. If this is false, don't do this. And also like list to store variables. List to store variables. Tuples are permanently stored variables. So in tuples you cannot edit the variables, right? In tuples you can't edit those variables. So that's basically what tuples is. Tuples are right now. So I'm going to create a new file and I'm going to call it tutorial.py, your Python file right now. So it's still loading actually. I think the this thing is a bit slow right now. So I'm going to call it Python. I'm going to call it tutorial right dot py, isn't it? And you would see the logo of the Python file right here. So you can see here, and this shows that the py is the extension, is a valid extension for Python file. Go press enter, and it take me to my the py directory right here, and I'm in the file. So I'm inside the file itself, so I can run whatever code I want to run, whatever code snippet I would like to run in the Python file. So I don't know why this is not. It's just a bit slow, it's trying to do so many things at the same time and all that, but it's cool. So okay, so let me open my notepad just for us to like be on the safe side. uh Open my notepad. See, notepad is a lot quicker because it's not that big of a file size, and it's easy. It doesn't have like UI and all that thing that will make it like have a lot of space and all that. So just simple text file. Just simple text file. Still loading anyway, but it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. So let me just open my notepad here. My notepad. Open my notepad. and you see that it like quickly run on that. So it's still loading. I don't know why it's loading on that. Come on, Notepad. Come on, Notepad. Load, 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 load. Okay, boom. Notepad's loading. Praise God. Okay, so right now I'm going to create a print statement, print statement. I wrote PTN, PTINT. So there's a parent, print statement. Hello world, hello world, hello world. Ooh, yeah, it prints hello world right now. Okay, so printed hello world, that is a Python like now the print function itself is a Python function. So what are functions? So what are functions? Functions are basically like I believe set of rules, set of instructions inside a inside something. So yeah, set of instructions inside a variable, like inside something. So um functions can be, let's give an example. Functions can be go to work, go to work. It can be come back from school. It could be cook. It could be sleep. Now let's say all these functions are inside brackets. For instance, all these functions are inside brackets, and all these functions are equal to this. Let's say activities. So you can see. So the activities will be a function that encapsulates these all these other activities you get. So activities is just like how let's say um life, let's say life will be um equals to, let's say, be born, right? After when you are born, you school, right? For some it's school, it could be dynamic, I'm just saying. From it could be school, it could be job, right? Normal stuff, right? Could be job, it could be marry, and it could be children, could be children, let's just say kids. It could be kids, and it could be the die. Yeah, so well, of course it could be dynamic. I mean, not everybody would die, I guess. Uh but let's just say let's just put it like in a let's put it like in a star. I don't know, just like star. A star. I was like, who would die? Okay, it would die. Sure, die. I just say okay. So this life now is like a function right now. So when you call life, all this thing will be implemented. So right now in Python, the way we assign functions made def. So this def is a syntax for the assign function. So it tells the computer that okay, whatever I want to put after this def is a function. Whatever I want to put after this def is a function. So this life itself is now becomes a function. So I can pass any variable I want inside this function right now. So which means this function would take a variable. Now let's say life. Now what would life take? For you to say life is a function, so which means a variable, a parameter in this function would be like what the function cannot do without. So what can life not do without? Life cannot do without an entity. Life cannot do without a body or a person. So let's just put life as a person as a first parameter. PRSON, person as a first parameter right now. So that is basically what life would have. I cannot add many parameters. I can say gender, right? Gender as life, but let's just say person and gender. Now after that, I put a colon. That's for Python syntax, and I press enter. Of course, this is not a text editor. This is not an IDE basically. So basically in Python, I would have padding. Padding is very important when defining any function, when defining any function basically. So padding are basically spaces after this column. So in this, because this is not a text editor right now, so this is just notepad because the system might be a little like um slow. Basically, not the system actually, the app itself or something. But anyway, so I put a tab. Oh, does it have tab? Oh, it has tab. So basically in Python there are many ways of assigning doing padding. You can set it to be two spaces. I press two spaces. You can set it to be four spaces. You can set it to be three spaces, I guess, or six spaces, depending on your taste, right? So I just press tab now to help us know that okay, this is a padding. So anything I type in this tab, in this padding is like the activity of this function called life. So anything that I type in this padding is the activity of the function called life right now. So after I type the padding, I would come out of the padding. So that means I'll call the padding and now call this function. So I can now call life function. Now, will it still run? It will not run because life must now have a parameter, two parameters called person and gender. So I can put person as a string, right? I told you we have strings type in Python. I can put it as say Samuel or money, right? The money, and the second parameter would be what gender. Let's say male, right? The gender, let's say in in C sharp or C plus plus C languages, you can put character. You can put character equals to let's say character equals to let's say male, and you can set it equals to a variable like that. This is in C language, but this is Python right now. So I'm just gonna go like let's go like male right now. So male, so two parameters are money and male. So which means when this as this thing is called, Python will now read this line and I'll say, okay, there's a function called life, and this is what life brings. So life would have two parameters: the name, which is Samuel Money, and the gender, which is male. So all this function will now be implemented in this whatever life. So let's be realistic right now and assign proper functions to this. Let's press a tab and um let's say print what? It should print uh be born out of of mommy of mommy's womb, woman's womb, right? Born out of woman's womb. And let's say, so I can close the and I say comma. Comma is to separate different like concatenation. I can say plus to concatenate it. This will comma and say be born out of mother's womb, and I can say person, which means person would now be like no, not person, it's just person with no string. PRSON, person with no string. So which means it will call be born out of mother's womb, and it will now pass this person function. So anything I type as this person variable would be be like this. So it will be so my result, let's say result. Let's just like the terminal, just say result. So the result will not be will not be this one will not be um it will be what? It will be born out of mother's womb person. So it will be born out out of mother's wonders womb, and it will now be what? Now be ceremony as a person. Ceremony. You get it right. So ceremony. If I pass and if I pass, let's say Daniel. If I pass Daniel, sorry, or if I pass Daniel as the person parameter, Daniel. So it will change this ceremony now to become what? Daniel, exactly. So basically, I bet we already understand the basis of it, and I really like hope you find my tutorial really helpful. Thank you, and have a better little day. Thank you so much.